What's up everybody, my name is Dwight and welcome back to GeForce Garage. In celebration of GeForce Summer of RTX, we brought in a special guest today. Adam Cole is a professional wrestler for AEW, and when he isn't in the ring, you can find him on his Twitch channel, The Chugs, where he shares his passion for video games. Today we're building a rig themed after his favorite game franchise growing up, Halo. Well, welcome to GeForce Garage, Adam. I'm very happy you're finally here.
I am beyond happy to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
How about we start off with a little bit about your history with gaming?
Sure. So I grew up with video games. As a matter of fact, my first memory of my entire life was watching my dad play Road Rash on the Sega Genesis. But we had that, a Super Nintendo, a PlayStation with games like FF7, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2. But really what made me a true gamer, I think, was Halo 5 Guardians. I'll never forget, my brother came home one day, Halo 5 had just released, and I said, oh yeah, I remember Halo. Let me hop on some Halo 5 Guardians on his Xbox. Next thing you know, I stay up all night, beat the entire campaign, and the rest is history. So I owe a lot to Halo.
Nice. You're streaming a lot these days as well. What games are you playing on there?
Oh, I can't stop playing the Elden Ring DLC. Again, I'm a huge From Software fan. I love the Soulsborne series, and Elden Ring is no different. Especially this DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. It's huge, it's massive, it's amazing, and God, it's freaking hard.
It's so hard. It really is. Yeah. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your current gaming setup?
Yeah, sure. So a good buddy of mine, Graham Pooh Bear, who's a Twitch streamer, content creator, he gave me his old PC, which I am incredibly thankful for. But I've had it for quite some time. You know, for example, I have a GTX 1080 that I'm using, so I'm sure I'm due for some upgrades. The new Star Wars Outlaws is a game I definitely want to play day one, and to run it on a newer PC would be huge for me.
Yeah, I think that this new PC that we're going to be building you today is going to be absolutely perfect for Star Wars Outlaws. So let's talk a little bit about the parts.
Please.
We're starting off with an RTX 4080 Super, which is absolutely going to demolish any game that you throw at it. We're pairing that with a Z790 motherboard from ASUS, an i7-14700K CPU. We have 64 gigabytes of RAM. We have a 2 terabyte and a 4 terabyte M.2 for storage, so you're gonna have plenty of space for any new games that are coming out. All of this is powered by a 1000 watt power supply from Corsair. Shout out to Corsair because they did provide a lot of these parts for us. And all of this is gonna be going inside of a super customized TD500 from Cooler Master, which has been on the table the whole time, and I know you're dying to crack into this. So how about we stop talking and get to building?
I am so beyond excited. Halo means the world to me, and I'm ready to build my first PC.
All right, let's get to it. All right, so it's all built, we're done. How was your first experience building a PC?
It was unbelievable. I mean, anyone who knows me knows how much I love video games, and I'm looking at this PC and I'm absolutely blown away. I'm not kidding when I say this is one of the coolest moments of my life, genuinely.
That's great to hear. What did you find was the most challenging part about building the PC?
Getting over my nerves, I think. There's a lot of really top-of-the-line equipment in here, and I've never built a PC before, so I was just trying to be so careful to not damage anything. But as it went on, I became more comfortable with myself.
Yeah, you gotta learn to trust yourself.
Exactly.
So what would you say is your favorite part of the build?
Oh my God, that's so tough, because I love so many things about it, like the cracked Master Chief helmet on the front, this awesome energy sword on the side. But personally, my most favorite thing is behind the Master Chief helmet, there's the achievements. When I 100% completed Halo 5 Guardians on my stream one time, and that's the most important game to me in my entire life. So for that personal detail to be on here, that makes it extra special.
Well, it's actually great news because we actually have the case modder here in-house, Will Schmidt. So how about we bring him in and he can tell us a little bit about his process when he made this. Well, welcome back to the garage, Will. We haven't seen you since the Fallout radio build, right?
Yeah, it's great to be here, man.
Adam and I have been just gushing over this case. Can you tell us a little bit about your process on how you came about the design of it?
Yeah, so when I found out I was going to get to build a computer for Adam, I was super stoked. What I did is I looked up his stream on Halo that he did on Halo 5, and I could tell it totally meant something to him. So like that was the big inspiration. I wanted to capture moments that were important to him from that and incorporate that into the case.
You can really tell that not only did you put your heart and soul into this, but that you really paid attention to that. Because for example, I mentioned that one of the favorite parts of this piece is the achievements behind the Master Chief helmet. So the fact that you paid that much close attention. Also, I love generally how the case looks so worn. It's so cool.
Yeah, so I wouldn't consider myself like a great painter, so I had a process for it. There's 4 layers of paint, and that way as you sand it, it weathers it and you get all the different colors of paint that pop through it. As I went on, I got a little more brave with the distressing because it's kind of hard to like beat up your creation, yeah. And so like on the top, I tried to give it like a burned kind of look with paint peeling.
This is freaking perfect. It is so cool.
I can only imagine how long it probably took you to make that energy sword, because I can't even fathom how you even start doing something like that.
That was for sure the hardest part, especially making the mold. Ran into a few issues with that because I'd never done a silicone mold, and it's a 2-part mold and it's huge. Then I got to use epoxy for it because I've been into like checking out epoxy builds and stuff, and I've been wanting to incorporate it into some kind of mod or something. So I thought that would give it a way more unique look. I'm super happy with how that came out.
There's a whole bunch of details as you like spend more time looking at this, like the fan grills, you know, they have the Halo logo on it. It has your streaming logo in there for Chugs. How'd you go about making those?
So I'm lucky enough to have a really good buddy who's been on this show a bunch of times, Rod Rosenberg. He CNC'd those for me. I couldn't pull that off by hand, so he hooked me up.
Rod is great. He's super talented. He helped me out with my Minecraft build I did a couple years ago. He CNC'd the front of that and it came out beautiful.
Right on.
Love Rod.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Well, I think it's probably time that we install a couple of games on this thing.
Please, let's go, baby.
And see how well it performs.
All right.
I asked Adam what he was interested in playing and what resolution. He told me Elden Ring, Cyberpunk 2077, and of course Halo at 1440p. So unfortunately Elden Ring is locked at 60 FPS due to the game engine, but it held that 60 FPS at maximum detail even when things got a little hectic. Over in Cyberpunk, even after setting the graphics to Ultra, I pushed it a bit further and turned on full ray tracing with DLSS 3.5 at 1440p, and we stayed around 80 to 90 FPS, even in firefights. And lastly, over in Halo Infinite on the highest settings with ray traced sun shadows, I saw around 125 to 130 FPS in the open world segments, and over 230 FPS during the story missions. Adam, I doubt this beast will have any issue handling the upcoming Star Wars Outlaws.
Thanks Adam for coming in today, and thanks to Corsair for providing a ton of the hardware. If you want to see more of Adam, check out his Twitch channel, The Chugs, and be sure to watch All In London later in August. If you want to see more from Will, check out his channel, MherexGaming, and if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you for the next one.